Now we'll discuss how to create citations in Chicago style. We'll start with the in-text citation. For Chicago, these take the form of footnotes. The purpose of in-text citations is to direct the readers to a specific point in a source, usually including a page number. It also connects readers to sources listed at the end of the paper or presentation. It's important to give your reader enough information in your footnote to be able to find the full information in the bibliography at the end. For Chicago style, there are actually two formats that they suggest: notes bibliography, which has you create footnotes or endnotes, and author date, which is very similar to APA in-text citations with an author, last name, and a date in parentheses along with a page number. We're going to focus on notes bibliography because that is the format most commonly used on campus. But I tell you about author date so that you know to recognize it and know that you're not supposed to use it, especially if you encounter it in citation generators through the library or on the internet or any sources on the internet that offer to cite things for you. Footnotes in Chicago are created using the footnote function in Microsoft Word, Word for Mac, or Google Docs. Don't use superscript numbers. Don't create a number in text, make it a superscript, and then add a number in your footer of your document. The bonus of using the footnote function in Microsoft Word is that if you insert a source or footnote in between two existing footnotes, it will automatically renumber the footnotes for you, and it will intrinsically link the footnote number in text with the footnote at the bottom of the page. So it's really important that you use the pre-set up footnotes provided by programs. Now, footnotes in Chicago are actually very similar to what you see in the bibliography. The only difference being they're slightly more informal, often using commas instead of periods, and they'll point the reader to a specific page in a source, whereas the bibliography entry will contain the full page range if it's an article or book chapter. So you'll see an example at the bottom here of a book footnote. And in Chicago, the format of the source is going to determine the format of your footnote and what information you include. So you're going to really have to know what type of source you have. So if you look at my example footnote here, you'll see that we start with the first name of the author, not the last name. So it's John Smith. This is the exact opposite of what you will do in the bibliography entry. It then has a comma after it instead of a period, the title of the book in italics, and in parentheses, the publication information of the book. New York, where it was published, colon, Dover Publications, who published it, comma, 2003, when it was published, close the parentheses, comma, page number, and then, of course, a period. Now, this is, as I said, a book citation. You will have to know how to do a footnote for each type of source in Chicago. If you need help at any point with this, please don't hesitate to contact the library and ask for help.